No, well,
Hi,
was
Vera.
anybody
How
on
are
here
you?
yesterday for the emotional scan? Was anybody on here for the emotional scan? Was anybody on here for the emotional scan yesterday? We had a few. We did what, 2 or 3 emotional scans yesterday?
No, actually, we have an average of 2 every day now. I mean, we get tired. It takes too long.
So
We have to continuously
would
talk and
anybody like
entertain
to
you
do
guys.
the emotional scan today? What made you guys move? Just being able to afford a nicer. My
Me,
husband,
me.
number one, being able to afford a nicer, like our dream home, better quality food, more of a laid back lifestyle. Those were some of safety in school, especially when you put your kid in a very private school. They learn horseback lessons. They have chess, horseback riding. They have swim, tennis, all of those things. And we chose a very private, gated community. Private, yeah, they are. They're way. Depends. Some the American one was very expensive. It's 25,000 a year.
Vera, are you Kurdish? Where
The
are you?
American one is $25,000 a year for kindergarten. But then there's some that are $5,000 a year, 4,000, 3,000. It really just depends. But the American one, why is it so expensive?
Because it's American. The teachers are U.S. citizens.
Okay.
And then it's the whole curriculum is the American one. It's like it's like a U.S. outside the
The other
U.S.
curriculum that we're looking at is British. Isn't it just as good?
No, it's really not. There's a day and night difference. It's not good.
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, China.
Do you want your
really,
kids to say biscuit or cookies? Do you want your child to be fond of tea or I don't know, Mountain
I think
Dew?
at the end
I
of the
don't know.
day, the Chinese kindergarten, now that is something. They're teaching kids life skills like how to plant, how to grow trees, how to build a hut. I mean, really hands-on stuff. They teach them coordination with balls. They do like ball movements. They're way when it comes to like child
Actually, I was
education.
watching a reel the other day. They have a school like that in Islamabad.
How, really, a private school?
Yeah,
That is how
they have a
kids
school
learn.
like that in Islamabad.
Kids learn in
They were
early
teaching kids how to
hands-on.
do crypto. They were teaching kids how to do
How to do
AI.
crypto.
Yeah, they were teaching kids how to do like forex trading, basically, like how to sell and buy currency and make money off of it.
Wow.
And they were telling kids how to sell online, make e-commerce shops,
at the
like
end of
kids
the
like
day,
8-10 years
the
old.
history, all that stuff we were taught in school. I'm sorry, I never used it in real life. You should have been teaching me how to like save on taxes, how to build a business, how to build a home, like just like real life skills. I never used any. Okay, writing and reading, granted, yes.
You use it all the time, you just don't know.
History?
What do you mean? You need to know your history. What kind of person would you be if you didn't know what happened, where, how, and how would you
I'm just saying,
understand
they should
other
have
cultures
had-
and other people, and
they
how would you have
should have-
respect for them?
They should have had more of an emphasis on. They should have had
Real life skills. Yes,
real life
they are
skills,
there, but you
which
use
I
them.
learned none of. They should have had a business one-on-one.
Well, that happens later when you are, but they're doing it to kids at a very young age now.
At a young age. So many countries have German, British, American. Yeah, this same. They have any. If you want to go, send your
Like
kid to French school, German.
I realized the
there.
importance of knowing different what should I call it? Different professions when I was making websites for different people. Like I was dealing with doctors, I was dealing with all types of people, teachers, musicians, small business owners, and then they have their nature of businesses are always different. So in school, physics, chemistry, bio, math, calculus, statistics, I software engineering. I was like, I was a jack of all trades, so I knew everything. So I could have a conversation with almost everybody, and I would understand what they were trying to tell me. If I didn't have that baseline knowledge of these things, I would not be capable of understanding what they want and what they need. So
Yeah.
no, you need to have some baseline knowledge of everything.
Yeah. Who would like to do an emotional scan today? Who wants
Guys,
to
like and
sign
share,
up?
please.
TikTok, get us to 5,000 likes and we're going to do an emotional scan. Does anybody want to be the first runner up? Just keep tapping the
First
screen.
runner up.
First contestant.
Contested.
Keep tapping the screen. You guys, TikTok, just show some love. They get really upset. TikTok now. It's just it is.
She's
what it
trying
is.
to emulate that Price is Right guy.
Yeah, I think he's still on, the guy who's like, come on down. I think he's still there. But Bob, the original Bob Barker, he passed away. He retired.
Okay, we have so many people on Instagram, right? YouTube right now. How are you guys? Why don't you say hi? John, what is the emotional scan?
The emotion, Vera, I think you did one, didn't you, with your voice? Wasn't that you, my love?
No, she didn't. She didn't.
That wasn't her. Sorry, I'm getting.
She was here last night, but she didn't.
The emotional scan, when we take your voice, and based on your voice, it tells us what pattern of trauma your body is stuck in. So we, based on certain experiences we've experienced in life, whether that be breakups, death of a loved one, we can experience emotional subconscious programming that holds us back, that can affect your body physically in certain ways. And it will tell you what supplements and what thought beliefs are holding you back and what you should kind of be tuning into. You know, when you call somebody, you're like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, fine. And you're just like, oh, is everything okay? You can tell by their voice. So we have just a device. It uses scalar energy, something that was developed by Nikola Tesla years and years and years ago. The CIA uses this type of technology, and it just will detect your voice. Yeah. Kind of like a lie detector too. It just kind of detects.
No. Lie detector is physically connected to you. This is not.
Well, this is your voice.
Yeah. It just sees the resonance. It's just based on the resonance in your voice, which is also your energetic imprint.
Yeah.
So through that,
So keep tapping. Get us to 5,000,
and then we're able to tell you.
Get us to 5,000.
Since it's called an emotional frequency scan,
TikTok.
So
keep tapping. Get us to 5,000.
We're able to tell you
we're
things
doing an emotional scan
that are affecting
Whoever
you emotionally.
wants to do, come on. All we would need is your voice. You don't need to show your face. If you want to show your face, that is okay. But there's no need to show your face. You would just dial us in, and we would connect with your voice and scan you, and then you get an email to you. So if anybody wants to see this 111, there's 111 eyes on us.
Mm-hmm.
Keep tapping the screen. Get us to 5,000, guys. Anybody want to try out the emotional scan?
Hi, Carolina on YouTube.
Hi, do you know her?
Yeah, she's our friend.
Okay.
She's on YouTube. She's our friend.
Unless anybody on YouTube can also join in. That's
oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You'll have to change platforms,
it's a
but
little
that's
hot,
cool.
Love.
It's hot. Oh.
Yeah. Just keep tapping the screen.
Oh,
tap. Everybody, you just tap. It's free. It's free, love. The same energy. Yay, we're at 555 taps. Keep going. Yeah, it got really hot, didn't it? Okay, I can't have coffee. It's been 2 weeks and I'm really missing it. But it is what it is. I can't have it, so.
Oh, is that the reason why I am not having it either?
Well, you never
because
liked
you're
coffee.
Not having it.
I introduced you to coffee.
I like the new improved version that we have.
Oh, you like, because I bought some vanilla. I just have my coffee black. I never.
Yeah,
did
I'm very
sugar.
happy it doesn't taste like death
and
anymore.
And now I would add a little bit of jaggery sugar, which is a natural form of sugar, kind of like molasses, but a little sweeter, not with the bitter taste, and it's high in minerals. And then he likes vanilla, but yeah, I can't have any coffee. So you can't have any. No, I can make you a cup. It's just, here's the thing. If I make a cup, I know I'm just going to have a few sips. That's where my weakness is. I don't drink coffee for I can't get it here, Vera. I usually, if like I have a friend visiting me, then I put in a big order, but I also have to be mindful of their luggage weight. I try to get a pound or two, but I can't get it here, unfortunately. So yeah, I know Dandy Blend is so delicious and so much better for you, but I just can't get it unless why you don't can't. I'm on my fertility journey.
Good
It's just
morning,
not
Ariva.
the best thing for me right now. But that's my weakness. Like I can give up bread, I can give up rice, I can give up sugar, I can give up everything, but coffee, and I don't even go to it for energy. I go to it because it's just like I just love the smell, the making my you don't drink decaf coffee either. No, I don't. Coffee in nature is very drying, Sophia. So when you're on your fertility journey, you don't want to be dehydrating. Whether
Dehydrate.
yeah, you want to have a lot of fluidish. And when you get older, you start to become dehydrated from inside. Your yin, that fluid starts to dry up. Do they not ship to your country? No. And the what is the term? Not the customs and fees is a little like kind of ridiculous. So no, they don't ship to here. I think they ship to Dubai, but it's just a whole.
They will
process.
ship, but it's just the price is just astronomical. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just not. And then there's like tariffs and customs and fees. It's just not worth it. Again, we live in a country where there's no
something
taxes.
that is $100 becomes $300.
Yeah, $200 just for the tariff fees. So we live in a country where there's no taxes, only certain so if you are a certain price bracket, you don't pay taxes, you have free healthcare, income bracket. But ordering stuff, luxury stuff, that is a luxury item. Those things are heavily taxed. So nice cars, refrigerator, TV, these are very heavily taxed because they're luxury items. But foods like meat, egg, potatoes, these are not taxed. This is not a luxury item. This is an essential item. And then what is the price? I don't know. If you make a certain amount, then you're taxed. Anything below that, you're not taxed at all, which I think is fair.
It's the same in the U.S.
John. No, it's not the same.
Yeah, if you make less than $25,000, you don't have to.
What can you get on $25,000?
Yeah, but I'm just saying there are teachers somewhere that are getting paid that amount,
and they're having to pay taxes, and they have to pay taxes on their food.
They don't.
And food and groceries is taxed.
And there are some people who are newly recruited. Yeah, they don't.
I love coffee with little cream, no sugar. Yeah, me too. I'm trying to my third baby. Do you think I have to stop drinking coffee? How old are you? I mean, you don't have, it kind of just depends on your constitute. If you are already feeling symptoms of dryness, hot flashes, night sweats, then coffee is not your friend. If you're young and you don't have those symptoms, 1 cup of coffee a day is not a big deal. So it kind of just depends on your constitute, but the way you drink your coffee, you'd want to be mindful of that. Again, what is healthy might not be healthy for my body currently. Just because dairy is healthy, some people have too much dampness, mucus in their body.
Hello,
so then
from
eating
Pakistan
dairy wouldn't be the best choice for them, right? I'm 30 years old. You're pretty young. Unless you feel like you're getting hot flashes at night, you
should do that if you want to have a healthy pregnancy.
I mean, when I got pregnant with our first child, actually, when I got pregnant both times, I wasn't drinking coffee. I have this weird up and down. Like I will buy it and then I drink it for a month or two and then I don't buy it. I'm not addicted to it. So both times I got pregnant, I wasn't drinking it. So maybe there is I can't say. for sure. That helped. Keep tapping. Yeah, when I got pregnant with my son, we weren't drinking any coffee because and then when I got pregnant again, I didn't have any coffee because I was drinking the dandy blend because I had it at the time. Keep tapping the screen, TikTok. We're almost there. We're almost there. Once we get to 5,000, we will do. Who would like to do a free frequency scan? What is DMSO? That I don't know. I believe it's some sort of powder diet. That I don't know, my dear. Hello, Lizette. Keep tapping. We're almost there. Oh my gosh, look at Sarah. See what Sarah's doing? She's just tapping. Just tap, 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 tap. Once we get
Hi,
to 5,000,
Sarah. How are you?
How are you?
It's 4 a.m. What are you still up?
So yay, 5K tap for a free frequency scan. Yes, yes, yes. Anybody who would like to do the free frequency scan, who would like to come on and get an emotion? Maybe they're feeling heavy, tired, and they just want to know what emotions are kind of holding them back and what it's affecting in the body and what supplements they should be taking for that. Some B vitamins or hydration or helping the liver more. I'm hot with these socks on. It's kind of like. How can you treat the white tongue and the sour taste in mouth, please? So are you talking about like a thick white coating on your tongue, my dear? A thick white coating? When you wake up, it's like kind of like thickish when you scrape. Okay, so do you get a lot of bloating after meals? Is your stool kind of very runny in nature? Is it watery, runny? Do you get TMI, like stinky gas after meals? You get very bloated? Are you both doctors? No, my brother-in-law is a doctor in training. I mean, he's almost what? He has 2 more years to go. He works at the hospital now. Not really. So in
Ridges around your tongue.
any ridges around your tongue?
Ridges around your tongue when you wake up.
Yeah.
You stick your tongue out and
First
you
thing
see.
in the morning. So anything white in Chinese medicine is dampness. Dampness. You probably also have like anemia. Have you had blood work done? How was your iron? Have you had blood work done? Everybody should get blood work done once a year, especially when you hit 40s. My iron's quite low. So yeah, you have classic in Chinese medicine spleen qi deficiency. Spleen, when you hear that word, that is, think of it like the crock pot. I get my period. I get 3 periods a month. Okay. How old are you? That is not normal.
Whoa, 3.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, how 40?
40. Oh wow. So your hormones.
Did you go
are
through
all
any
over.
traumatic experience?
No, that is not. That is her FSH is probably her hormones. They're just so out of sync. She probably has low progesterone, estrogen dominance building up that uterus. So anytime we have periods, it's your uterus lining shedding. And what builds a uterus lining? I could tell, stressed out, cortisol through the roof, but estrogen dominance. So, and in PCOS, same thing. There's and our bodies are always trying to keep us alive. That is our body's goal. Our bodies love us. So let's say PCOS. It is now a metabolic system. You metabolically are very insulin sensitive. But then there's the aspect of You might have too many xenoestrogens. They can come from plastic, phthalates, perfume, spraying it here, certain makeups. I swapped all of my makeups as much as I could for cleaner brands. Even those lotions people put on, those candles, scented candles.
I didn't know about that stuff, but ever since you told me, I stopped it.
That all those things, anything with those phthalates, one of the worst things that you smell them, and they create xenoestrogens. They're the same as regular estrogen, the molecular structure, but they do a lot more damage. So let's say you have your estrogen dominant and your body's like, whoa, 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 we don't want too much estrogen, because estrogen is the growth hormone, right? It helps the uterus grow, but it can also have tumors growing. Okay. And we don't want tumors growing. So then your body goes, this is not safe to have this much estrogen flowing around.
Laura, use PG-13 language. We cannot talk about that stuff here. Okay?
And it turns it into androgens, testosterone, which is far less dangerous on the body. So how do we balance it? For fiber, because bile, your liver secretes it, your gallbladder stores it. Bile is what recycles all that, binds to it, and almost like Dawn detergent. Think of like grease, right? Think of bile like the Dawn detergent. If you were just to put that greasy plate underwater, you would still have grease there. Doesn't matter how much water you put over the plate. Now think of Dawn detergent as bile. If you put some Dawn detergent and you like wipe it through, it gets really clean. But that bile needs fiber, soluble fiber. There's two forms. The fiber from beans, husk, citrus pectin. It needs that fiber to bind to. It's almost like the broom that sweeps it out of your stools. So fiber, fiber, fiber. Now short term, and I say short term, only for a month, one could do a little bit of DIM. DIM will bring down those xenoestrogens. I'm a huge fan of sauna therapy. That's when you just get in the sauna and you start to, so our uterus is shedding for protection. No, so estrogen builds the uterus. That's the main lining. It helps build follicles in the follicular phase, and it helps build the lining, the uterus lining, right? When it gets between 8 to 6, 11 or 14, that's when the body signals it's time to shed. But it's progesterone that holds up the uterus for a healthy luteal phase, which is 2 weeks after your follicular phase. So first you have a period, cycle day 1. You've shed it. You're starting to shed. That's cycle day 1. Then you go into the follicular phase. Your body's picking out some eggs to grow, and one will get ovulated. Then you ovulate, and it's up to progesterone to hold that uterus up. Now, a lot of women have, yes, that could be. Now, I don't really know what's in that medicine. I believe it's a type of hormone, maybe. So you probably would have a little bit of low progesterone. What you could do after your period, after you ovulate, you could get on a little bit of bioidentical progesterone. You can DM me. There's a good brand. You can put it on here, or you can put it internally a little bit. Now, if you're pregnant, you would want to get pharmaceutical grade. I wouldn't really, this is more of a weaker, it will give you a weaker, nice form of progesterone, but if you're not trying to get pregnant, if you're pregnant, we want a stronger foundation holding that uterus up. And my period is regular. 1 month it's normal, the next month it's longer, 10 days. How old are you, Sophia? And what color is the period? Like, it tells you a lot. If it's really dark red, that means like it's stagnant, old blood. If it's brownish, 40. Again, as we age, our hormones become like this. That is biology. That has nothing to do with I'm not healthy. That is, as we have less and less eggs, those eggs put out hormone signals to your brain. But when they become less and less, the brain and that feedback loop is just kind of all over the place. FSH rises, follicular stimulating hormone, because it's like, make an egg, make an egg, make an egg. Last day's brownish. Last day's brownish is fine. First days, if it's heavy, but it's going to be normal. Now, if somebody chose to do HRT, a hormone bioidentical hormone therapy, if they choose that, then it can help you become more regular baseline. And the ones I like are the ones that you put suppository inside. They're a lot less, they're just easier on the liver. But if you were pregnant, you would want to really, really ask your doctor, or if you're trying for progesterone suppositories. Love, he wants something?
Yeah. You take care of
Okay.
this.
Anybody want to do a scan? Who wants to do a scan? Who wants to do a scan? I was diagnosed with endometriosis last year. Do you have any advice? It depends, mermaid, what stage you're at. There's different stages. There's stage 1, 2, and 3. When you get to stage 3, surgery is usually a best route, along with addressing the why. So I would look into systematic enzymes. They will break away just look up systematic enzymes and scar tissue, really important. I would get in the sauna, use castor oil, and just start massaging that area, like almost like, think of it like everything is stuck, right? The scar tissue, and there's no blood flow. Now you have to go in and break it up, do myofascial release exercises on it. You'd want to follow a very strict anti-damp diet. So that would be no dairy for a while, no cold salads, no iced coffee, no iced matcha, nothing cold to the body. We want warmth. Why? Because think of that scar tissue like a freezer. We want blood flow to start breaking it up. So systematic enzymes to break it up, and then taking ZOR Shilajit. I know you can't just cleanse and detox. You need to replenish as well and build a stronger foundation. I know that everybody's just into cleansing, but then once you've cleansed, you're going to be walking around like a zombie if you're not replenishing with a stronger foundation. And that's where your minerals. I drink every day decaf coffee, 1 cup. Should I stop now? Why? Are you trying to get pregnant? Where would you travel to and why? Dream destination. I don't know. I just like beaches. I don't really have a dream. I was very blessed in that my parents. I've been traveling my whole life since I was a little girl, so it's not like something that I'm like, oh my god, I need to travel. I just like beaches. As long as it's a nice, clean beach, anywhere in the world, I'm fine. I don't have one destination. I've been to most of Europe. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Canada, America. I've been to most of the Middle East. I would like to see China. I think that's more because of how advanced they're getting. And I would like to see China, but it's not like, oh, I have to see China. I probably will go at some point in my life. My parents have gone for their business, and I'd probably maybe one day accompany them just on a business trip, see how it goes. Is hot coffee not the problem? Moderate one. Is hot coffee not 1 cup? Yeah, you're not trying to get pregnant, my dear. It's fine. And they removed a chocolate cyst that was causing torsion on my ovary. That was my first. They diagnosed me stage 4. Stage 4 is a little advanced, but you can still do these things to help your body. Systematic enzymes are so amazing. I'm trying to get pregnant. Yeah, Sophia, I would not then. And you're 40. If Are you 40, my love? Do you guys want to do we want to go into fertility right now? because you need a little bit more in your toolbox. I'm just going to give it to you. At 40, you can't just rely on your natural cycles. You're going to need a little. You have to go into it with a bigger game plan, and not IVF specifically, but you really want to be sure, because it's not guaranteed that you're going to ovulate every month at 40. Okay, you could not. You could have a follicle growing and then it stops growing at 12 mm because you don't have enough estrogen. And for a follicle to ovulate, it has to get to between 18 and 22 mm. And I can tell you, it happened to me. I was doing fine. I did get pregnant naturally at 44, but then 1 month, I will tell you, I was on my fertility journey. I woke up and my period was gone. My period was gone. So then I would go do TVS scans. And what they would see is that my uterus was either thin and my follicles were just all over the place. Like some were big, some were small, because my FSH was just rising really high. Again, that's biology. As we have less. So the plan is you have to, let's see your next cycle without taking any IVF drugs. When I say hormones, you would go, what country are you in? Here's the thing. These things are sometimes hard to do in certain countries. I'm in a country where I can go, hi, Elise, hi, beautiful, and get these scans. I don't need a doctor's prescription. I just go, I paid the $15 and I do a TVS scan. I don't do, okay. I'm right. But you might not, if your hormones are irregular, the chances of, I did both, but no results, were when you did IUI and IVF, did you have a dominant follicle? Did you have a dominant follicle? They put a hormonal eye in me to stop the progression of endo. I don't know how to track my cycle. They didn't do that. Sophia, what kind of, the more I hear about these clinics, they're just such money grabbing. Wait, so let me get this right. You did IVF, not every month. Okay, what country are you in? What country are you in? And do you have health insurance? Mermaid, I would, if this is a lot for you, I do also do one-on-one consultations. If you want a full guide, how to take your supplements, what time, when, what to eat, what not to eat, we can definitely, okay, Belgium. So we are, well, Elise. So this is what you would do. I can give you one plan and see how it works. On cycle day, just to see where your period's at. Okay, go follow the guide on our W. You want to drink goji berry tea, ginger, jujuberry tea. You want to bring warmth. You want to do moxa on certain points. You want to do the ginger foot bath. You want to be eating healthy fats. When you want to be eating broth, lots of like things that warm up the blood, because it's all about blood flow. You want to take the supplements backed by science for quality of egg. Cycle day 1, you bleed. Then you're going to go on cycle day 7 or 8. 7 or 8. It can be 9 as well. You're going to go in for a TVS scan, because you can do blood work, but we know by your blood work that your AMH is going to be low. That is just biology. Don't even look at AMH. Just go look at a TVS scan, a trans V scan. They will tell you how thick your uterus is getting. Then they will see if there's any follicles and how many and what size they are. This is without any IVF drugs. Now, you would keep around, you would go back around, you would, if you have a dominant follicle, there will always be one that is in the lead. You will go back every 3 days to check if that dominant follicle is in the lead. And I would just do an HCG shot if you see the dominant follicle at 16 or 18. you would trigger, and then you would just start having intercourse for 3 days straight. That is one option. The other option to guarantee that you can have a dominant follicle is you would get 5 mgs of letrozole. Letrozole is a lot gentler for women with DOR. What is DOR? Diminished ovarian reserve. Our ovaries don't have as much of a reserve as we once did in our 20s. That is biology. There's nothing like, oh my God, that happens to every woman. That is, you get to a certain age, you're going to have lower, but we can stimulate those follicles with low dose letrozole. You would start from cycle day 3 to 7, 5 mgs. Then you would go do a scan on cycle day 8 or 9. You want to see a dominant follicle. By that time, you should have one in the lead around 8 or 11 mm. And you go back every 2 or 3 days to see if it's progressing. And sometimes it will stop because you don't have enough estradiol in your ovaries. That's when you can go with a low dose IVFM. I use, 2.5 is kind of low, 5 mgs. 5 mgs from cycle day 3 to 7. And you just have to take this into your own hands. You don't need a doctor for this. To go do, I don't know how Belgium works, but you can go do TVS scan. If you find one that is dominant, you go to the doctor and you just say, I don't know how Belgium works. Are you able to just get pharmaceuticals? Like some countries you can go to the pharmacy and walk in, or do you need a doctor's prescription? I vote for intercourse for 3 days straight. Ooh, sounds like well, it can be with the right partner. Just remember that whoever you mermaid, what's your name, my lovey? Whoever you decide to share your body with, you are exchanging good and bad energy. So just be mindful. You want to make sure that that person is doing the inner work, okay? Because it's an energetic exchange. It's an energetic exchange. Your womb is very sacred. I know that the womb is very sacred. It's just an energetic exchange. That's why, years ago we were out with a group of girlfriends, and one girlfriend, as happens, she met a guy and she hooked up. As we're just, hookup culture. The next day she was picking at her skin. She was like she had so much anxiety. It was like, she just met a guy, decided to go back to the hotel and have some fun and hook up. She was just like picking. She was anxious. She was biting at her nails. She had, who knows what type of energy she got from this person. Yeah, you could be using protection, but it's not just about protection. It's an energetic exchange. No, I can
Not just energetic exchange, you're basically exchanging, like, that person's DNA is getting into you.
DNA, yeah.
And that brings in
Their
information
life force,
that,
their entities.
and then, when you're with somebody, actually your energy center is open. So what are you opening yourself to?
Yeah.
And then some people like to ingest the
Sophia,
DNA information.
Why don't you book, you don't need a full hour. You can book a 20-minute call for $20 if you're interested. And I can just write down everything and you can just go follow this. How old is your husband? Because his sperm could also be a little bit slow. How old is your husband? Waking up and realize what. Well, welcome. We're here to uplift and we all go. Trust me, girl. In my 20s, I was a wreck. He's also 40. Chances are he could have low, you guys both need to be on the right, there's called low sperm mobility. So I would need you to follow
Sophia, is your husband on ZOR? That really helps with a lot of things in terms of his overall health, but then the fertility too.
Both of you. I have LDR with a very lovely young man. He wants a big family. I'm one of, what's LDR?
Long
A long distance relationship.
Long distance.
I thought it was. I'm sorry. I'm so like. I thought
She
it was.
thought
like,
it's some type of a disease.
no, not no. I thought it was like some sort of like private club that people are in. You know, like they have like the people that dress up in like the costumes, the furries. I don't know. The internet. have-
Why?
yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, what is LDR? Like down low. You know, I've heard of like the down low brothers.
What's a down low brother? What are you browsing? What's going on?
It comes up on my feed.
You have furries on your feed?
No.
What are you watching,
I
Joy?
just sometimes I watched a documentary once about the furry community.
You watched a documentaries about
Yeah, I
furries.
don't know. It just popped up on my feed, and I was like, "What's this?
and
What
then you
is
went
this?"
down the rabbit hole.
I just was like, "Oh, this is a thing." Okay, I learned something new every day. Not that I wanted to. Okay, Sophia. Why don't you email us? And you don't have to book a full hour. You can do 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And we can just get you on a plan, because at your age you need a bit of a more of a plan than just, oh, let's, I did that too and it worked. But after your body's telling you your periods are irregular, that you might need a little bit of support, IVF medicine, stimulated medicine, which is fine. That it really, really does help when you get to a certain age. You just do it for 1, 2, 3 cycles, and one of the cycles will work. And you don't. I mean, you can use a doctor to help you, but doctors, I know, while being on this journey, they're very discouraging. I walk in at 44, and they're just they look down on you. They just kind of like, you should just be happy you have one child. Girl, I didn't ask you. Like, so I just realized I had to take matters into my own hand. And it just was, I never gave up. I never took no for an answer. And the studies
You
show,
only lose when you give up.
yeah, you lose when you give up. Anything in life you're going through, whether that is your weight loss journey, whether that is leaving a relationship that's no longer serving you, whether that's not being in a job that is no longer serving you, when you give up, you lose. When you just go, well, here, I do dress up as a mermaid. I'm spiritual. It's my hobby. I love it. What's your sign, my dear? What's your sign? So he's taking Shilajit. Are you taking, Sophia? Are you taking ZOR Shilajit as well?
You should. It's a mermaid. Do you have pictures on your Instagram? My son would like to see that.
You can email on the W. There will be a right, and just make sure that you guys respond to her. It's my team that responds. I don't ever check the email, but just give her my WhatsApp, my private number, and we can figure out
sure.
A way to connect. Because I think she just needs a game plan.
Yeah, sure. Just go to the W, and then there.
I hate the
contact us.
I hate that time is
or
running
just DM
out,
us.
but
we'll
it's
see.
just you're in a bit of a more sensitive. There's different levels of games. You're at the game level where we have a few more obstacles to overcome, and
She said she was 40.
she's 40.
But that's your first child, or
Yeah. Do you have a child, Sophia? Do you have I'm a Capricorn. I might have pictures, but I never passed posts and gave up on social media. I scroll too much. Katie's a Capricorn. Capricorns are really grounded, like they're just earth energy. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, that's earth energy. And Scorpios do well with earth energy because earth needs water to water them. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, this is fire energy. Water and fire don't mix.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. And you and I are both water signs. Water and water, we just come together and flow. Same. So we're in the same boat, Sophia. I'm just 4 years older than you, and I have a 4-year-old son. I got pregnant very easy the first time, but I was also,
Where are you from, Sophia? I keep seeing you. She comes to our live.
He's a Gemini. He's an air sign. air and earth, I don't know if they mix. I personally don't get along with Geminis. I just think they're not in tune with their emotions, but so Capricorns aren't in tune with their emotions either, so maybe it's a good fit. Capricorns are very like they're not emotional. They're just they see it, they process it, they're not like, oh my god, like a water sign where we feel it in I'm 59-year-old Leo. No, I like Leos. I just a Leo, as long as you compliment, they're very loyal. They're very loyal to their gang. Okay. I used to have a lot of Leo friends. They're very protective. They're very loyal, but it takes a lot of work to be with them. You need to be praising them, loving them, and it gets a little exhausting. But they're good people. At the end of the day, they're really good. They're good people. It's just that water and Leo and fire sometimes don't mix. They are very energetic. I think it's a good fit, but regardless, you're just having an experience, and if this is not the one, then there's different soulmates. Imagine if we all married the first guy we were with,
Ew.
but
Ew,
I think
ew,
we
ew, ew,
we
ew.
go through.
Imagine if you, all of us, let's imagine the first person that we thought that.
Oh, our first crush, and we married them. Oh my god, my life would be so different. And at the time, you just think you're so in love. You're just like, oh yeah, this, the pain. You're just like, this is what love is, the give and take.
No, you're like devastated. You're like, oh my god, like what is that? How did that happen? And then 5 years down the road, you're like, thank freaking god.
Yeah, you meet somebody and you grow, and every 5 years, people do grow. Every 5 years, I will send you. Okay, go ahead, my dear. Every 5 years, people grow.
There is a personality shift every 3 to 5 years. So that's what happens with some couples, with some partners that, like they drift apart. So it's very important that you grow together, have some activity that you do with your partner together, or just keep them in loop over what you're doing and try to somehow engage them in that. It's very important for a healthy
My
relationship.
husband and I, we like to hug each other every morning. That's important. He likes to rub my feet. I think that's really like nice. We like to go to coffee shops to get. Well, you're not really into that. I'm more into that, but you still do.
I'm
it
into
for me.
laying in my bed and relaxing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're just into relaxing. I'm just. I force him to go out and lay out in the sun. Sophia's asking, what is the frequency scan? You can do a private one, but you can do an emotional scan. That is free, Sophia. Would you like to do an emotional scan right now? We would need your voice. The frequency scan is very, there's like, you get 10 reports. It's more involved. This is just one of the 10 reports that you get. Anybody on here taking ZOR Shilajit? I know there's a few people in the house. I love connecting with y'all. Anybody on here taking our ZOR? And Sophia, if you want to do an emotional scan, or anybody else, it's open. We just need your voice, and we can scan what emotional traumas are holding you back, what unique belief system you need to let go of. Oh.
Forgot to close the door. Here. Go, please.
What? I'm sleeping.
Who wants to do the emotional scan? Who wants to do the emotional scan? You read voice frequency and translate them to yes.
Yes, Mermaid. Do you want to come hop on the TikTok?
Yeah.
And we can take you on.
Please? Yeah. Do you have TikTok? I need convincing. So you don't need to show your face if you don't want to. Of course, we always love seeing your beautiful face. Um, when your emotions tell a lot about what's
Lower the
going
volume,
on
yeah.
subconsciously. You know, when you call
Yeah.
a friend and you're like, "Hi, how's it going?" You're like, "Fine," and you're like, "Oh, is something off." I'm not on TikTok. I'm such a boomer. So she's not on TikTok. Can you do it on Instagram?
No.
I don't have it. Oh, so I told you I'm terrible. It's okay. So when we scan you, it just tells us what patterns of maybe negative loophole patterns you're in and what you need to release and how it's affecting the body potentially, and what supplements, nutrients the body. I mean, I say supplements because it's hard to get some of these nutrients in our food quality today, but what nutrients you should be focusing on to give you the cellular energy to process these thoughts and overcome them, because we all have a higher version of ourselves. We all have multiple versions, but it's our actions, our thought process, our habits that get us to those different versions that coexist simultaneously. So you could be in one version where you are in a really messed up relationship, you're stressed out every day, or you could be in the version where you left, you're filling your own cup, you're eating well, and you're doing your own thing, you're pursuing your own career, you're living by the lake. Or there's another version. There's different versions of you, and I believe based on how you vibrate higher, and that's your thought process, your what you eat, what you think, what you listen to, all these things have an effect on your emotion. I don't really engage in a lot of low vibrational activity, whether that be drinking, watching porn. I mean, all these things can lower your vibration. Listening to certain music. For me, my world relies around nature, getting sunlight, cooking good quality food, praying, my family. So these things lift up your auric field. My vibration is low. Would you like to do a scan, my dear?
This
Kez?
person doesn't have a TikTok either.
They don't have a TikTok either.
Mhm.
TikTok. Did you guys watch the Netflix trending right now? Microplastics. It's so interesting, scary. Yeah, I knew there's nothing new about that. Years ago, they were finding microplastics in babies' placentas. One way to get rid of microplastics in the body is turmeric. Turmeric. You can get turmeric molasses, or just start eating turmeric.
Tamarind.
Sorry, tamarind.
Tamarind.
Why don't you type it in for them? Tamarind, to get rid of the microplastics. Tamarind, cream of tartar. You weren't done. Cream of tartar. You add a pinch to your water, and ZOR Shilajit as a binder for the myotoxins. And get in the sauna. Start sweating out that crap. Just tell them to turn it down a little bit and close the door. I want to manifest your life. Oh, sweetheart, this doesn't happen overnight.
It's a lot of work,
Yeah.
and it needs a lot of unlearning and learning.
Don't think that for a second that it's you can't accomplish it. I mean, I just had to. I think I was 33. It was almost 11 years ago. I was really down. I just hated my job. I hated the relationship I was in. I was just walking around like a zombie. I was unmotivated. And it came to the point where some days I was like, well, if I get hit by a car today, I'd be fine.
What?
Yeah. I got to a point where I was like, it was really rough. It was, I had to go through, and they say 33 is your Christ year, your Christ awakening.
Really?
Because it's 6, right? 6 is about love, healing, nurturing. It's 3, it's a master number. So 11, 22, 33. And I was just like, something needs to give. I remember like trying to do tons of blood work, and they would be like, oh, you have a little bit of low iron, you have low vitamin D, but that's it. So I would fix that, and I'd be like, but something is not right. Like, and I, being having a strong relationship with God, I was kind of like, God, why would you do this to me? Like, I really don't think you say you love us. Then why have you sent me to earth to suffer so much? Like, I don't feel normal. I can't get through my day without being angry, snappy, pissed off. And I remember just praying. This was before social media, right? We're going back 11 years. So there was Instagram at the time, but it was all like pretty pics, nothing like it is today. I found a website, which is websites don't exist, where it kind of like started talking about, spirituality and minerals and parasite. I was like, I've never heard of this stuff in my life. Okay. So then one
Wait,
day,
where were you? Where you started hearing about this stuff?
Washington, D.C. I used to be up all night because I couldn't sleep.
No, but who were you? Oh,
I was just Googling, like, I
Oh.
don't feel right. I don't feel this. I don't feel that, and this site doesn't even exist anymore, sadly taken down. But, at the end of the day, I think it was God. So I had a business trip coming up in New York. At the time, I would go work from DC to New York. And I happened to be in Brooklyn. I don't even know why. I was just walking.
दरवाजा बंद कर दो यार.
Can you turn down his thing? I was just walking and I saw this weird store. And it almost looked like it was bizarre. Like, unless it was, so first of all, my mentor happened to live above the store. So she was kind of living in the store and it wasn't clean. Yeah, everybody can hear it. Love. It wasn't clean. It had like a skeleton. It had crystals. It had a radionics machine that we own. It just drew me in. It had the feng shui, like the meridian points with numbers. So I walk in, and this lady, she just looks at me and she's like, "Wow, you're a mess." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And she looks at my eyes because she studied embryology, the study of eyes. She studied a lot of things, but that was one. She's like, "Yeah, your liver is off. This is off. Your nervous system is off. You can't sleep. You're in fight or flight." What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yeah. Like, tell me more. And she's like, "Well, you need to just cleanse and get on minerals, and you need to get a sauna." I was like, "I'm willing to do anything." And I ended up spending 2 hours in her shop with her. Okay. I really feel like that was, again, God, and she would speak to spirit guides. She would like, at one day she told me her spirit guide's name is Michael, and he kind of, so she gave me water. She put them in the radionics machine. And she was like, she's like, "Go home and drink this 3 times a day, sip it, get in the sauna, eat nothing but cooked vegetables, a little bit of butter, and meat. You're gonna give up grains, you're gonna give up sugar, you're gonna give up, you're gonna get in the sauna daily, and you're gonna take at the time it was trace minerals, but then I discovered Shilajit, and that was like far more superior, and she liked it too. But this was back almost like 2000, and I would say 2014, 15. And then I introduced her to ZOR Shilajit, and she loves that too now. My histamines are too high in the sauna. Take niacin. Niacin will flush it out. You're going to be red like a crab. It's going to be awful for a little bit, but you want to take niacin. Niacin will flush it out faster. So she sees me 3 months later, and she's like, "You're getting there. You're still not there." But she's like, "You're getting there." And I developed a lifelong friendship with this woman. And then 5 years in, because she would see me at this point, I was living in DC, and eventually I moved to New York. But I think it was 5 years in. It's 2019. It's 2019. I remember. She's like, "You're almost 100%. And I was like, "Yeah, thanks to you." I mean, she's like, "No, you did the work." And it just makes me cry. She was like, "Well, what do you want to do with your life now?" And I never ever thought about that. Nobody had ever asked me, what do I want to do with my life? I was always told, I was always
Crystal.
told what to do, what to think, what to wear, what to eat. And I was like, well, I'd want to help people like you are. And she told me that her education was all paid to her by, it was all paid by, I guess, there's 10 very secret society families in the US that control everything. So one of these guys from the families decided, because he knew how these families didn't have the best interests of the general public at hand with what they were doing to the food and whatnot. So he was like going to be the white sheep. And he's like, I'm going to put you in as many courses, holistic courses, and you're going to teach as many people, because we need teachers in this world. And he's like, the only caveat was that I would have to one day teach it to somebody and put them through like education. And she chose me. And at the time, I remember I was like, well, you have a store. You've been here for 40 years, which she shut down the store. She's living up in the mountains now. She like ran away from the city. I was like, well, you have a store. How am I going to reach people? And she's like, the answers will come to you. And I was like, okay. I was like, I don't think I can afford
The
it.
answer is right here.
Wait.
The answer is right here.
No. So no, this was before I even met you. So her husband was a dowser. Does anybody know what dowsing is? When you ask a question to your higher self and it says yes or no? And he was a very old, cranky man. So I asked him, I was like, if I pursue my health career, will I be successful? And it said yes. And I'm like, but how? He's like, how the hell should I know? It just says yes. And I was like, well, I have a child. And it said yes. And I was like, how is that going to happen? I'm not even in a relationship. I'm 39. Like, what is this guy on about? And 2020 happened, the lockdown, and I decided to join TikTok. And I had a few viral videos. And then I met my husband on one of the lives, and the rest is history. But had I not been doing the work for all those years, I wouldn't be where I am today. And when I was doing the work, everybody, which by the way, all those people around me at the time that I was friends with for 10 years, 15 years, they all, as I started to vibrate higher, they didn't recognize the new me and they didn't like it. They are no longer in my life. I mean, we are friendly. We all parted on friendly terms, but they don't longer resonate with me because I'm no longer at that vibrational wavelength as them. You will meet people at your wavelength. The more love and self-respect you give yourself, the more you're going to meet somebody that gives you the same. The more you fill your own cup, the more you will meet somebody that does the same. The energy you put in is the energy you will put out and the energy you will receive. Everything is energy, but it starts with change. Now, you might be, well, I want to change. It's so hard. I know. I had help on my side. I had radionics machines, crystal. I had to tune in because this field of mine, this field that was hovering over us, and we all have one, it was heavy and it was dark and it had holes and it had being born to somebody who thought you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough. Then being in a relationship, the same thing. He'd be like, oh, you're a quack for like eating just fruit, like meat and vegetables. It's so unhealthy. And people will try to project their opinion on you. Like, oh, like even now on my fertility journey, like you should be eating bread. You should be eating bread. You're getting too thin. Girl, bread is not good for my body type. People will project. I just kept like going, whatever. You're going in the sauna and doing coffee enemas. That is so weird. Who puts coffee up there? Ding dong.
Ding dong.
I just kept going. Like you're taking black tar. That is gross. What are you doing? Like it smells bad. Yeah, but you're okay putting all these chemicals and preservatives and day in and day out. That's okay, right? So those people, they will try to hold you back. You just keep going, and eventually they will fall away from your life. Doesn't mean they can be family members. And actually they respect me more now. People will always respect you when you respect yourself. When you have boundaries, people will always respect you. When you are a doormat and a people pleaser, they will take and take and take and take and take. And they'll be like, what? But when you start to put up walls and boundaries, they go, wow, she's a strong person. She's a so it took work. It took work. And now I'm doing the limiting belief work. This past year, I would walk into doctors and they'd be like, you're 44, just give it up, girl. You should just do IVF, do IVF, do IVF. And I was like, no, I don't need IVF. I can get pregnant. I just need a little bit of you working with me. And I never, ever, 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 ever said, have you chosen the student? You know, she was in her mid 60s. She started at my age. I'm still doing a lot of work right now. I do have I get a lot of clients and I teach them as much.
She's on here. This is what she's doing. She's sharing her knowledge with you guys.
Yeah.
For the past, I don't know, 30 minutes, we're asking people, do you want to do a free frequency scan? Nobody wants it. So we're here. She's taking hours out of her life to come here and just talk to you guys. So this is what she's doing. This is what she's putting all her life out there. She's constantly trying to tell you how to eat, how to stretch yourself, how to walk, how to sleep, what to do, how to think.
There was no social media back then. There was no lives. There was no, and the beauty is with because we are in the age of Aquarius, the next 200 years, AI is not going anywhere. Age of Aquarius is about technology and humanity. So you will grow many different clubs and tribes. Your vibe attracts your tribe. You can use this device that you're on that it's become an intricate part of our life for good or your downfall. There are people who are addicted to mindlessly scrolling or corn or really, really low vibrational things, or there's people who uplift you and you
Not
learn
the
from
one
them.
that you eat. The corn, not the one that you eat.
You learn from them, and then from different creators you resonate with this or that or this or that. It doesn't have to be you resonate with everything. How does a frequency scan work on a live? I just need your voice and and it scans your voice, and based on the tone
And
the
you have to
octaves
come
of
to
your
our
voice,
TikTok,
you have
and
to
then we'll
come.
take you on, and then you'll speak into
How
the
do
machine.
you prevent constant tight knots?
It will take
in
your
back?
energetic imprint, and then it will tell us how are you doing emotionally, energetically, and physically.
Kenzie, it sounds like there's a few things I would do. I would start to get on magnesium right away. Jarrow is a good brand to before bed. Okay. Why can't they hear you?
I
Oh.
heard.
I would get in the sauna and just start getting yourself a gua sha. And you want to start breaking up that fascia release. You want to start just
Dry
breaking,
brushing.
not dry brushing. She wants to get in there deeper.
Oh.
Then you can go to YouTube every morning when you wake up first thing. Don't go to your phone. Don't go to your phone. Get up, get some sunlight, open the door. If you have a patch of grass, even better, get barefoot on there. Thank God for another day. You're alive. And just do some stretches. There's something called the Big Six on YouTube. And you can look into Human Garage. I know that guy way back before he had social media. I met him years ago. Go to Human Garage. It's good. You can learn some stretches. You want to take ZOR Shilajit to give you the energy. Get in the sauna a couple times a week. And for food, I will be posting more how to cook my food. I started posting a little bit what I eat, but just think of like crock pot meals. Just throw in some meat, some veggies, a little bit of beans, and turn it on. What flavors, what spices, honey, that's your taste buds. Go crazy. You want to add garlic, you want to add ginger, but just lots of warming stews, and drink hawthorn berry tea. That will start to move some of that stagnation if you feel heavy. hawthorn berry tea. You say you're in menopause. Before you go run for HRT, we need to make sure your liver's better. So again, if these are just the basics, but if you want to go deeper, you can always do a session with me. That's everything's on our page. But I would just start there and get yourself a vibrating plate. Don't ever sleep on. It's a wonderful investment. I don't know brands, but you just shake on there for 10 minutes. Put on some music that uplifts you. Right now, Michael Jackson is trending. He's just like, when you put him on, you feel good. And get on the vibrating plate. Move your body. And all this, honestly, what I just is under 15 minutes. It's nothing like it takes hours. It's just boom, boom. You get on vibrating plate, 10 minutes, do a few stretches, 2 minutes, make your coffee, 1 minute. You just learn to just like you shower and it's a routine, shampoo, conditioner. You just learn this is my morning routine and I'm sticking with it. The first week or two, it's going to be hard, but you just stick with it and it becomes part of you. It takes 21 days for a routine to become a habit. So if you can stick with something for 21 days, it will become a habit. Are there any apps you recommend?
Flow?
Oh, Flow is good. Yeah, Flow is good. I used Flow for a while. There's Flow. And then now people are doing they wear the rings and it kind of just tells them
The ring is,
I don't know, but they track.
the app is better, Mermaid.
There's different ways of tracking. Keep tapping, you guys. Anybody on here taking ZOR Shilajit? Anybody dealing with chronic fatigue, iron issues, hair loss? Give me a heart now, or any emoji. Maybe we don't want to heart that. Don't give it any energy because we don't want those in our life. They're holding us back. They're not allowing us to tap into our highest self, reach our best version of ourselves. Anybody dealing with low iron, chronic fatigue, why don't you show them some reviews? Show them some reviews, love. I know it's going to look like weird tar, but trust me, man has not corrupted the mountaintops yet. I said, because anything good, it's sad that what it's come to, that we have to take mountain dirt to get our minerals because our soils are so messed up. A crazy story. The strawberries and blueberries. There's this big company in the U.S. called Distal. What's the name? It starts with a D. They're just being all recalled because it's giving people the C word. There were heavily, and that's why strawberries have anything on the Dirty Dozen list you'd want organic because the strawberries, grapes, blueberries, they have a very thin skin, so they're like a sponge. They absorb. And kids were getting the C word. Parents, it's really sad. I can't even pronounce that with my dyslexia. Driscoll, did I pronounce it right? Yeah, they're in a lot of hot trouble. They're huge.
What did they do?
They're all being recalled because people are getting the C word. With their soil has been so heavily sprayed for years.
Oh.
Yes, my dear. So you just you go to our site, you book, and then you email us with whatever time zone. Don't worry about the time zone. I always do like to have a little bit of blood work. I think it's helpful, but it's not necessary. But it is helpful. Full thyroid panel is always helpful, especially when you're entering menopause. Is that upstairs? What are they doing?
They're working. I just to close the door.
Okay, let me just close the door. Should I go close the door?
Yeah.
What are they working on? My shirt is it was ironed and now it's not. I have low thyroid and Hashimoto's. Usually 90% of the time, hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's run together. Do you know about LDN, low dose testosterone? Getting off gluten is a must. Getting on selenium is a must. Aloe vera juice interfillet, a shot in the morning, that lowers antibodies. not too much dairy, no, like maybe like no dairy, just if you want to have a little bit cream in your coffee, but no cheese, no butter is fine, but no cheese. And then have you heard of LDN, low dose nectris? Man,
Naltrexone.
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 That is known to help lower your Shilajit bad effects. You could be detoxing in the beginning, yes. Headache.
Just don't take it on
rashes,
an empty
because-
stomach.
Yeah, don't
and
take it on
most
an empty
likely you will
stomach.
not be dealing with it though.
Well, if they have a lot of heavy
But
metals,
if you have a
sometimes.
lot of heavy metals, so it will be detoxing you, so it's fine. You can just have a diarrhea, a little bit of a headache. You might want to go sleep because your
So it's
body
not that
finally has the energy to do the work that it needs to do. So it's telling you, go to sleep so I can do the work that needs to be done.
It's not that goat cheese is bad, understand, but when you're dealing with dampness, cheese is very, so in Chinese medicine they look at food
Selenium is very good
they
for
look
you.
at food as warm or pungent or cold in nature. So some people have too much heat inflammation in their body. Some people are the opposite. So when you're dealing with like a low thyroid hormone, you're dealing with a slower metabolism. Cheese is very heavy, mucus, cold in nature, and your body doesn't have that warmth to process it. It's not that certain foods are bad or good. It's for your certain constitute that you could be going through right now in your body. Now, for me, I dealt with dampness because I was living in mold. I got rid of that. It took 2 years of my life. Then perimenopause hit, and now I'm dealing with more like dryness because it's normal. Your hormones are going down. Estrogen is what keeps things lubricated. So now I add in foods to help with a little bit of that dryness. Does that make sense? As certain constitutes, it's not that. A lot of people is trending. They're eating raw garlic. Well, if you have damp heat in your body, acid reflux, and the worst thing you can do is chew on some raw garlic. You can do it cooked or steamed, but raw, and even then, you don't want to be having too much because that's going to be too aggravating for your body type of what you're going through. Just because something is trending and it's popular based on your tongue, that's why I love Chinese medicine. Based on your tongue, is it good for your constitute right now? And when I hear menopause, hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, I hear slow, damp, puffy, heavy. So we want warming foods to bring blood flow.
Somebody said something about hormonal imbalance. These are some of the reviews that we have for menopause, hormonal imbalance. These women are very happy with the results after using ZOR.
But things everybody can benefit from is a little bit of fiber. That's just, it is what it is. Your liver is only good as the bile output and how much bile you're secreting, and so a little bit of fiber is something everybody needs in their diet. They can get it from husks, citrus pectin, soluble fiber, beans. A lot of people have gas on beans. It's just that. Is ADHD linked with dampness, correct? It could, I had ADHD, but when I lived in mold, it just comes and goes. I think it has to do with dampness and your spleen being weak and low iron and also low B vitamins. It's kind of all, you can balance these things out. It's not like, and just know that if your mother was depleted, you're going to be born depleted. That's why a lot of kids, my teacher would call them, Paul Eck, he was a scientist, one of them, he would call them burnout babies because the soils, they started ramping up these farming practices in the 90s. So mothers being born in the 90s, giving birth to kids in the 2000s or vice versa, these kids are being born with burnout syndrome because the mothers were starting to get burnt out. Because if your body doesn't pick up the preferred mineral, iron, calcium, selenium, iodine, boron, vanadium, indium, there's gold, there's different ones. It will pick up the heavy metals, lead, mercury, arsenic. We know that arsenic's in rice. So it's not, and so when you get the minerals into your body goes, I don't need to hold on to this heavy metal. They both work to a degree, but my teacher would say one is like a house being built on bricks, a stronger foundation, versus a house being built on sticks. A wind comes, it just knocks it over. Your constitute is weak, you're more prone to getting knocked over. But the bricks is the foundation. The heavy metals that most of us are walking around in from the soil is still holding us up and keeping you going, but not in an optimal way. Your body will pick up what it needs. And here's a book. Here's a picture. Here's a periodic table. And we need all these minerals coming in to feel balance, fill in those gaps. And those letters stand for the like Ca, Aa, maybe that's arsenic, that's 33 atoms. Those are just atoms, protons, neutrons. Those numbers are just how many atoms, protons, neutrons are circulating it. And that's top energy. Everything starts with minerals. That's why we're told eat your fruits and vegetables.
I didn't know until she
Eat your
told me
fruits and
that every
vegetables.
single function on your body,
Eat your fruits and
it
vegetables.
needs
Well,
minerals.
Why? Why are we supposed to eat our fruits and vegetables? Because of the fiber, minerals, and vitamins. But here's the thing: the way they're raising the fruits and vegetables, the way they're raising our cows and the livestock, nothing of that is normal. You might even be trying to eat healthy, but you're like, whoa, what's going on? None of that is normal. That is why I had to resort to taking resin from the mountaintops where I could get and fill in the gaps and feel like a normal person. Because I'm like, man, I thought I was eating healthy my whole life. I was never like somebody who was always into junk food. No, I, for the most part, thought I was eating healthy, but I felt like a zombie. So I was like, whoa, what's going on? And organic. I was always into the organic. I was able to afford it. So I was like, yeah, sure.
No, it was like me. I started getting on ZOR Shilajit after meeting her, magnesium and all these things, especially melatonin. It just knocks me out. And I kept telling her, okay, so one day I asked her, I was like, all right, so these things help me
Not
do
only
certain
zombie,
functions in my
you
body.
start to get snappy. You become sorry, bitch to your loved ones, and then you feel guilty. You're like, because this is not me. You can't even. The days I take my magnesium and I take Shilajit, my son can be screaming, but when we, it's like noise, just like and we're just like, oh, we can't take it, and then you yell and you scream, and then everybody thinks you're crazy. It's just a vicious emotional loop. Yeah, trust me, I know, I've been there. It's really bad, and
It's so funny you guys are talking.
Postpartum, girl, the baby, your hormones just go from this to that. And then that baby took all of your nutrients that you probably didn't even have to begin with. I have had mothers come to me postpartum and they said, I'm scared of harming my child. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I'm like, nothing is wrong with you. You just don't have anything to keep your systems going. It's like a car being pushed because there's no gasoline. And what gives you the gasoline? Pure oxygen, getting fresh air, minerals. Iron is one of the most important ones. Potassium, these are your macro. Don't be scared. You need an abundance. Macro and minor. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium. You need an abundance of these coming in every day. The rest you get a little bit. With Shilajit, you get the iron and the potassium. You're set there. The rest you can get good sea salt. And with calcium, you can get that from certain foods. I mean, where do we get our calcium? We We eat sardines.
You guys
Carrots.
were talking about like being, like snappy and moody because you are minerally deficient. It was funny because you started talking about it, so it reminded me of this review. One of our users who was using ZOR Shilajit, she said, "I've only been taking it for 2 months. My mood has been so regulated. My arguments with my husband have cut down so much as well." So if you
Anybody
want a
on
happy
here? Anybody
marriage,
on here taking
if
it?
you want a happy life, then
No,
you need
but
to get on
what's the
ZOR
point of
Shilajit.
life if every day? What is the point of living on this earth, which we all have a limited, when you think about it, this life is not that. It's not that long. I want to live those days to the fullest. I want to wake up, feel good, feel my best, be able to seize the day. I just want to be the best version of myself. I want to that's how I want to experience this life. And that's how I think God wanted us to. But God, no. And I think that's where, at the end of the day, God gave us choice. But at the same time, here's a story. There was a guy drowning once, and he kept getting like, he was drowning, and there was a tire, and somebody was like, hold on to the tire. He's like, no, God's going to save me. And then some raft came and they like, grab the raft. He's like, no, God's going to save me. So he passes on and he's like, God, why didn't you save me? He's like, I sent you ample opportunities to save yourself. You just have to put in the work. So at the end of the day, we can't be victims and be like, why? We know what's going on. It is light versus evil. There is we know with the files. We know with the files what's going on. It is apparent the veils have been drawn down. I spoke about this 6 years ago. The veils are thin. We know that the elite do weird things for control and power. They go to weird entities. We know that. We know what they're doing. They're trying to keep dumb and numb. So we then have to rise above, keep strong to your faith, have practices where you connect to nature, try to cook, grow your own food, and take mountain resin, ZOR Shilajit. Man has not corrupted it yet. I say yet because who knows?
Sadia.
Our oldest Shilajit, whenever I take, has no effect on me.
We have so many reviews about it because we
Our
have.
oldest Shilajit not the same. Whatever I take,
No, they're not the same.
No,
So
anything that watered down, that is heavily maybe 10% Shilajit. The rest is water and molasses, because these people are, any industry, when it becomes popular, quality craftsmanship goes down. Then there's grade A, grade B, grade C. I moved to Pakistan to be more hands-on. I didn't want to deal with middlemen. Most of what you see has been cut down by different middlemen because everybody is just getting the cut. We deal with the tribal people. My husband used to have a friend from those villages. We don't have to deal with any middleman. We get it straight from, they purify it. Grade A is higher up, more sunlight, more oxygen. Most of what you see is grade B and C. That will have poop because of the shepherds taking out their, do you have a video of shepherds taking up, and you don't want that. And ours is third-party lab tested. But regardless, I could go on and on. For me, it's just the choice of, do you want to feel and be the best version of yourself, not have to deal with chronic fatigue? Why don't you show them the iron, the losing the weight and the iron too? Reviews.
Oh, wait, I was showing them the reviews for the people who bought ZOR and other brands.
We'll just show them the iron right now.
All right. Okay.
Those are all the ones I sent you?
Yeah, I have them. I just have to.
Did you confirm the order, Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
About weight loss?
Yeah, and just know that on this live, everybody gets a special code LIVE, LIVE. These are only for we shut it down after the live. It's only up for 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, but it's only for our special community that joins us on these lives. Everything is on the W, my love. Everything you see.
Sami, the details are on the screen. You can go to our link. It's there, and you can get it there.
Would this work for someone who's never managed?
Yes, Sadia, there's many reviews. Just hang on. I'll show them to you. This is one review. She wanted me to show you some of the reviews for the weight
Sadia,
loss.
were you taking the powdered pill and the watered? It was like water, and you had
Was
to
it
put
like
it in a drink?
was it like the one that comes with the spoon and then you put it in the water?
Or was it the powdered form? And you want to be at least on it for 90 days.
Sami, this is from the Himalayan region, but we ship from the US.
It's shipped from the US.
So you get it in 3 to 5 days. Okay.
If you're in the US.
If you go to our page, you will see that we have the certificate of analysis and everything. You will find all the information there on our page.
Very thick.
Yeah, no, Sadia, that's the that's the watered down one. So here's what happens. The one that we sell, it comes in a very different packaging. We don't pack it like the other guys. And the reason is that we pack it like that is because it's undiluted. So it comes, they send you it in a jar that is filled, and then they send you a spoon with it. They do that because they use machines to package it. And in order for them to put it through that machine, they have to dilute it, because if it's in the sticky tar resin form, the machines will not push it out. So we don't do that. We package at a FDA registered facility, and we do it by hand. We put it in a bag, a BPA-free bag, and we tell you to put it in the freezer because it's the purest form. So it gets very sticky when it's hot, and it gets very like crystal-like when it's cold. So we tell you to put it in the freezer. It becomes less sticky, and it's very important. People start feeling the effects within the first 2-3 weeks of using it. And we tell people usually to have blood work done, and when they do it, they just see the effects right away. They usually have blood work. We have, I'll show you some reviews of some of our clients. There was one of our users. What is going on, Sami? Link is not open. Linked is not open. Why is this not open? Where are you going? Go to our website. There was a user. She was trying to. She was battling the what is it called? Anemia for a long time, for 8 years. Her iron and ferritin level both were really low. And she was just getting infusions, iron supplements. It was just not helping her.
See how relaxed my husband is? So every day, should I take it from I do, Sophia.
What?
No, you're very calm. There's a lot of people out there with very
Yeah. So she was having a hard time dealing with it. She came across our page, she ordered it, and then I would see she was always ordering. So one day I got to speak to her, and she told me that, it's our link. Why is it not available? What are you guys talking about?
It's not in the bio? Did they take it down?
No, it's there. What does that mean?
It's just Abi Energy 22.com. Yeah. Let me check. Can I check from this phone?
Yeah, go here. Here's the phone. Okay. Yeah, you can go check it through your phone.
Wait, give me your phone.
Yes, Sophia, it's perfectly fine. You can take it out of the freezer and pinch a small piece off of it and take it like a pill. That's how we take it. It's pure. So this is the nature of the product. Like if it's too hot, if it's even not just too hot, just hot, that's one of the way to tell if you're taking the right product. If it gets hot, or just room temperature, it will start to become very sticky, and it will become like a thick paste. And if you put it in the freezer, it will become like a crystal, literally a crystal, very hard to,
It's there.
Yeah, it's there, guys. It's there. And we flatten it and we put it in the freezer. We flatten it within the Ziploc bag that it comes in. Once it's a little soft, and then we put it in the freezer, and then when it's time to use it, we just break a small piece off of it and take it like a pill. That's the most cleanest way to use it. different people like to do different things with
All
it.
my blood works turns out fine each time I test, but chronic fatigue is worsening for some reason. Nervous system's a wreck. Um, have you ever done like a tap therapy, qigong? I love qigong. It really saved me. Just going out. I found some YouTube videos, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I go out in the sunset and I just do a lot of breath work. Just moving my body in certain ways and angles, and I just kind of stretch everything and just yeah, I definitely had to do that. Are you Daisy, my love?
This
Wait.
sound effect was because you have to
Yeah,
relax your
envision-
nervous
yeah,
system.
envision-
So you don't have to do. You can
Wait,
just
are you
can just
Are you
breathe.
Daisy?
Close your eyes, stand there, breathe, and let
I
your
have a
nervous
feeling-
system
I
relax.
have a feeling she lives in a joint family. Do you live in a joint family system?
Sadia.
Is Sadia here? I just have a feeling she lives in a joint family system, and it's not the best for her growth. But sometimes you just need to learn, and it's going to be hard to tune it out. And that's your lesson right now. Unfortunately, doesn't mean it's always going to be like that.
She's always planning in her head to take. You can exercise in the bed too, Sadia. You can just do some stretches. Start with stretches.
Well,
You
I
don't
think-
have to
no, I
just
think here's what's
start
going on.
exercising.
I think here's what's going on. She lives in the UK. She's Daisy, correct?
Mhm.
This happens to a lot of people, brown people. You, oh, when you don't see the sun, that is not. It's very hard. The brown people need more sun, more melanin. There's a thing called you get depressed, you have low vitamin D, but the way we're supposed to get it is through the sun. That is the way God intended us. But and through certain foods like certain fatty fishes and whatnot. So when you don't see the sun, it can be very, very, very depressing. You can do two things. That it's summertime, just force you. If you see the sun, you have to get outside, or get yourself a red light lamp. In the morning, you just go in front of that red light and you do your stretches. You have to start somewhere. If you want, we can send you energy for 7 days. Sign up for a trial. See if this helps motivate you. And if it does, then you just sign up for a month. But the 7-day free trial is there. Everything is on
We
our
have a
page.
machine that we use for people who believe that
Dry
like
eyes.
they have some negative energy attached to them, or they have
I
some
would say
self-limiting
bilberry.
beliefs, or they just feel very lethargic all the time. They just need some energy, some extra push. We have a machine. We'll be doing it live. So I just have to set it up. Maybe next time when we come live, I'll have it set up, and we'll just need your picture, and you send us your picture, and we'll just use our machine, and we will remove that negative energy from you, and you will immediately feel the effects.
So I would everybody on here, I make my glowing tea. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do that today, promise. I just buy goji berries. You can buy them in bulk, goji berries and juju berries. You just chop them up, you put them in, and you boil a pot and you just drink it. Now, with yours, I would also add in a little bit of nettle, nettle. That will bring down your histamine, which as we get older, we have more. Histamine is like when you eat something and your body has an allergic reaction, your body sends out histamine to help keep that allergic reaction at bay. But when you have too much histamine flowing in your body, you can get itchy eyes, dry skin, and that can happen again with age. It just not with age, but like certain things, it can just trigger it on. People get COVID and then they have mast cell histamine activation syndrome. So nettle tea, I drink that every day. You just go and buy these online in bulk. I don't know of brands, but you just boil everything together. I will do a video on that today. Are they done fixing that one upstairs kitchen so I can go and do this later?
They're still working. We can go later.
There's like our house is a bit of a I have all these ideas, but I need my kitchen done, and they're still like it's not 100% done. You should write a wellness cookbook. Maybe one day. The truth of the matter is, I don't really enjoy cooking. I just throw everything in a pot, chop it up, and boil it. I eat a lot of the same foods every day, but maybe one day when my kids are older, I will be more into cooking. Right now, that is not like the chapter that I'm in, but I will be showing you videos of making easy one pot meals that you can enjoy that take 5 minutes. You just need to like boil it up a little bit. Anybody on here taking our ZOR Shilajit? I'd love to hear from you. Anybody on here taking ZOR Shilajit? I'd love to hear from you. Anybody on here taking it? Yes. Smooth.
She is Mermaid. She's posting on one of her Instagram accounts.
Yeah, DHA Mommy. DHA
so you can
Mommy.
follow that there. She is going to make a series, like a series of
actually,
videos.
it's not on DHA Mommy. I do post it to this account. I will be. No, it's not.
Oh
on
yeah,
DHA.
yeah. Just
That's
follow
on
her.
TikTok.
You will see she
that's on
posts a
TikTok.
lot of those recipes and things that she eats throughout the day. She posts about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I posted on here, but it's mostly on TikTok. It's on DHA Mommy. Any questions before I go? Anybody taking Shilajit? I love to hear from you what you're feeling. Is it good for dry hair?
ZOR?
ZOR? No. It helps with hair growth and hair fall, but it doesn't help the structure of the hair. That would be just having healthy fats in your diet. Some people just have low porosity hair. I'm one of those. I've always had like low porosity hair, and I do color my hair a little bit, so it made it a little bit. But that you would want to look into more oiling your scalp, but it helps with hair loss, hair growth, not necessarily
this
the
is
texture.
one of the review that we had for the hair. This person was postpartum, and in 3 months, this is what she did. She just completely restored her hairline. Juan was the same. If you see her old videos,
Yeah.
you would see that, you know, like her hair are more voluminous, and it's just like her hairline is restored.
Yeah.
And her nails.
As you age, it's important because your forehead looks way bigger. When you have like a receding hairline, you have like a 5 head. I already have a big forehead. I don't want it to look bigger. Like that's not.
You don't have a big forehead.
I once did a video on social media, and
you haven't seen big
back
foreheads.
in the day. This is before I started taking ZOR 2021. So I had more of a receding hairline, and I was meditating, and I was talking about manifesting, and somebody's like, "Are you manifesting your 5 head away?" I was like, "That is such a good comment." Like honestly, you get like that made me laugh, and it made me insecure too. That made me laugh, and it made me insecure. But that was a good one. That
needs a mention. And then you don't want to tell them about the zigzag one.
Oh yeah,
that was funny too.
Before I started using Revive, my lower teeth, it's all natural. They were a lot more crooked in nature. and I was speaking, and the guy was like, I can't
Concentrate on
I
the
can't concentrate because of your teeth. And he did like the zigzag.
he made
motion.
those //// emojis, and it was actually, so I think it was very cryptic. Only you understood what he was saying.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I know. He didn't have to say teeth. He just did the black. Yeah, I was like, okay, that was a good one.
But all these
That
things
was a
she
good one.
fixed. She fixed all
Yeah.
of these things.
Live, Nas. Live,
Nasra.
Nasra.
Yeah, it's right there. Like the code is it all on our. It's all like pretty up the thing. No, on Instagram, the code is LIVE. You use it and you get 30% off.
Yeah. And our crystals, if you want to wear frequency crystals, I think we're out.
By
of
the way, yeah,
stock.
if you want to order some of those crystals,
yeah.
the Hava cream, everything, you will
Yeah.
get a discount on all of those. Okay,
Hava
it was site-wide
cream,
off.
We will unfortunately have to raise the price once it's in stock because
Yeah,
shipping
unfortunately.
and tariffs really blew our mind. How with this, it was scary with the war. I mean, I knew it was going to go up. I didn't know. I wasn't prepared for the amount. We weren't even shipping that much, and the amount we were quoted was
No,
like,
we
oh,
were going to ship a lot.
We
It's
were,
just that
we
when we
couldn't.
saw the astronomical price to ship it out,
because they ship it by the pound, not by the kilogram. And when they quoted us, we were like, oh, that is not in our. Yeah, that was a little bit. It was, yeah, a big shock to our system. This is the Hava. You can use it as a cleansing balm or a moisturizer. And it's, let me just put it, these are my two hands. I just put it on this hand. No, just live, my love. Sarah.
yeah, she's saying for 30% off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I just put it on this hand. You can kind of see the difference. There was a video, I wanted to stitch it years ago. I didn't find it. The woman, face creams really work. For years, she would put her face cream. You know, like
Hi, Roxy. How are you?
Some people put their face cream on their hands and then they apply it from here like that. The hand that, and she would never do it on both hands. She would only do it on one hand. The hand that she was putting the face cream on and applying it to her skin was way softer and nicer than the hand that she wasn't. So that I was
No,
like,
I'll give them a real life example. So we went to one of my aunt's home and I was using this Hava cream. And we went to their house and then I hear her scolding her son and she was like, I told you to turn on the AC. It's so hot in there. Look, he's sweating. And I was like, wait, no, I'm not sweating. I'm wearing our new cream.
Yeah.
It just makes your skin
and
shine.
I don't wear makeup. I don't wear makeup.
Yeah, if you guys think this is makeup, wait. If you guys think this is makeup, it's not. This is her.
Yeah.
And it's not a filter either. Like if I do this to her face, you will just see that, you know, like there will be a thing that will move away.
You know, like sometimes in the morning, because the lighting is off, I just started doing this. I use the filter because the lighting is off, and because it just makes the video look a little better. But then when you move like the filter, I was like, whoa, what is that? But I was like, you know what? If they want to see my real face, they can come on home. You know, some of my videos are, some aren't. It depends what mood I am. But I just started doing that this month. I was like, you know what? This is fun. And some days it just makes you look a little less, it makes you put together when you're not, especially if I'm showing you my morning breakfast and I just rolled out of bed. It's easier to do that. But yeah, right now there's nothing. There's nothing.
No, but even if she rolls out of bed, she's like that. Even when you roll out of bed, you're like that.
Oh, thank you, my love. You too.
No, but it's true. Me too. No, love, my hair are just ridiculous.
Your hair is beautiful. beautiful. I love
We
your
both
hair.
have low porosity hair and they need
Yeah.
a lot of maintenance. So if
Yeah.
that's, and we both have it. We both have the
both.
exact same texture of
We
hair.
have the same texture of hair. I think we have the same body type too. We have like really thin legs.
We actually do. Yeah.
Except you're way taller than me. We have very thin structure.
That would be
One
ridiculous
time
if I
the
was the same
doctor-
size as you
The
are.
doctor was like, "Oh my gosh, your son is so underweight," which he's tall. He's not like the dog. Then another doctor said, "At least he's growing. He's very tall." And I was like, "Yeah, because we're the thin family. Come on, let's go." I just, you're not going to put me down, doctor. I was like, I didn't come here to be, he's getting tall. I just wanted to ask about a certain V, which we have to give him the next dose. It's been, we have to give him the next dose, love.
All right.
Hello, Roxy. How are you?
Roxy's not here.
Oh, she left?
Yeah, she came and she left.
Oh, she has to start her day.
No, I just said hi to her, but then she left.
Does it have to do with low silica? It can. I took silica for many years. It didn't do much. So I think it has to do with right now, honestly, I have more of dry hair and I'm in perimenopause and I need to be, my yin is low, that juiciness. So I need to be eating more while supporting my blood, having more like black sesame seeds, pears, dates, bone broth, like more warming foods. Because even if you take silica, let's say, you still need that warmth, that circulation to get it. So maybe back in the day, I was anemic and I was just taking high dose silica, and you still need the blood to transport those minerals to your hair. But silica can be helpful. Just make sure you're not anemic. You want to just make sure that you're getting it. Are you vegan? I am not. I'm blood type O positive. I do well on lots of like good quality meat, eggs, and veggies. I just thrive on good quality meat, eggs, and veggies. And that's what I mostly eat, except for congee. We're going to have that for lunch again because we made a batch yesterday. Are you okay with that, having that for lunch?
Of course, yeah. Why would I not be?
Because sometimes it's like we have congee a lot.
So what's the problem?
Well,
with
it's good for you. I was told that by silica is good. Silica is good. My tongue is white. So you have dampness. Do you have low iron? Usually white tongue also means low iron. What are you doing, love?
I'm just testing what's going on. Somebody try to check out, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Yeah, everything is fine.
So then what happened?
I don't know.
If you have dampness, then you need to get rid of the damp. And that's with certain teas, foods, avoiding certain foods. You will definitely have to replenish your blood because your spleen is what transforms the food that you eat. It's like the crock pot of your gut. If that is weak, your gut health, bloating, your iron will be weak. It's all connected. Spleen, stomach. Now, some people are born with just a weaker spleen, stomach meridian. I was one of them. That's just, so you kind of need to gravitate towards warming foods. I don't know. I don't have energy. So you could have a lot of dampness. I know you had a lot going on, and that she had a lot. She had thyroid issues. There was a lot. It wasn't just one thing.
Food? Okay.
So my question to you, if you want to go ahead and book a session, we can do that. If you have blood work, it's helpful. If not, I would tell you, eat this, don't eat that, drink this tea, but you have to still put in the work. I can't force somebody to change if they're not willing to change. The first few weeks might be harder, but it gets easier. When I say harder, as you're detoxing that stuff out, that's why a sauna is very helpful. You might feel heavier, but it gets better. What's the best diet to improve kidney health? Anything shaped like a kidney. So black beans, black sesame seed, bone broth is wonderful.
A fetus.
Royal jelly is wonderful. There's certain acupuncture moxa you do on certain points. The bottom of your feet is one of them. There's a few things I do. I walk on my heels. I walk just for like 10 minutes. I'm just walking on my heel. That is your kidney meridian. You want to stimulate it. The kidney meridian runs up the back of the body. You want to be hydrating. Certain teas are wonderful for the kidneys. Parsley tea is great. And it's not been less than that for the last 50 years. She only takes 50. So TSH of 80 and wants to go natural is very unlikely. The reality is she doesn't have enough hormones in her body, but she can feel better. She can now. I don't know if she has Hashimoto's with that. Most likely she does. She's probably zinc deficient. Vitamin D is low. Ferritin is going to be probably low. These things will all be helpful. She needs to focus on her liver and bile health. White tongue can be parasitic infection like candida. So Maureen, everything in Chinese medicine, dampness will fall under that. Okay? So even if, let's say, when a river is flowing, that river is very clean. When the river is flowing, that river is very clean. You can see the rock beds. You can see when that river gets backed up, that water starts to get thick and algae and fungi start to grow because love, just take him for a second and go get the lunch in here. You can't be in here, man. What is this? No, you're not allowed to be in here.
Why?
Because you can get in trouble. Kids are not allowed.
It's the
Okay. So before, let's say you have parasites, you see that, you see a white tongue, and you just dive into a parasite cleanse. Well, here's the thing. Your body doesn't have enough blood flow. Your iron's weak. Your gut is off. You just killed a bunch of parasites, which you're not going to kill all. You're going to kill a few. But they're now that toxins are circulating, they're going to just get recirculated into the system. So there's a step to everything. We want to remineralize the body, get rid of some of that damp, get in the sauna, get your iron levels up. And then when you're feeling better physically, you can go in and do a cleanse. But then eventually when you start to get healthier, a parasite, which we all come in contact with daily, if you ingest it or smell it, it can't thrive in you. I would still say doing a cleanse every couple of years is beneficial. I haven't done one the last 3 years ago because I'm on a fertility journey and I just don't want to, it takes a lot of energy out of you. And right now I need that energy. Everything is energy to make a baby, not to be cleansing. I'm not in a dire, I'm sure I might have some, but it's not enough to like derail my life. I know that after I give birth, I will do a cleanse when I'm in a better, but right now I'm just taking my minerals. I feel good. I'm just nourishing my body, nourish. Now somebody like her, we need to cleanse, but then rebuild a stronger foundation. Yes, definitely, my dear. Definitely. You guys want to do a one-on-one, it's private on my WhatsApp. Then I give you a special program. Oh, a program to watch. No, 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 no. Hmm. He's just happy. He's a happy boy. A little too excited, but he can't be on live. A, I don't really like him on social media. B, he just can't be on live. Hi, how are you? How is everybody? Good morning. Good morning. I might have my lunch. I'm having kanji. It's lunchtime here. How are you, my dear? You live on the beach. I hope you got to experience. You're so lucky. Like I wish I haven't seen a beach in years, and I'm missing the beach. Just laying out and doing nothing, and just yeah, I'm missing that. Yeah, my son is. Yes, Carla. My son is a little. My son is a little. He's hyper. You know. I feel like I have ADHD too. I have lots of depression and now been praying more. You just are off, love. You just there's a lot going on with you, and I would definitely look into booking because it's not just one thing. If it was just dampness, but you have what you have fibroids, you have um I'm pretty sure you're anemic. Are you also having a hard time? Are you uh are you also having a hard time losing weight? Kanji is a porridge made with rice, and it's a porridge made with rice, and you can throw in a beef or meat. I make it in a yeah. So there's you would need a little bit more than me just saying drink this, drink that. It's going to be a full program, but I think you're capable. I really do. I think you're capable. Um, She does have Hashimoto's. What's your takes? Ask your doctor about low dose LDN. She has to get off dairy for a bit. She has to get off gluten. She just has to. There's no selenium's helpful. Aloe vera juice, inner filet, busy and full of energy. Yes, and you're pre-diabetic. 5'2". Wow. So yeah, love. I think you would probably need a bigger, more one-on-one time. We need to. There's a few things, and we're going to tackle them one by one. It's only one session, and then the rest is up to you to implement it. But it's on my WhatsApp. What's going on YouTube?
Yeah, I got it. These are just trolls, love.
Okay.
Oh, Carla.
Yeah, Carla's here. Carla, did you ever take our Shilajit? I know that you've been here from since the beginning.
Yeah, I
2020.
remember her. I remember her.
2020. Have you ever been taking our Shilajit? And how's your husband? Is he good? Yes, it's good. Yay. How's your husband? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Yeah. How are you feeling, my dear? Are you do you still how are you feeling? Was that hard on you? I remember her husband. You so where are you living now? Like I always say there's so many yeah. You were always a strong. You were.
I
she
remember her.
was a
You told me her
strong woman.
story. Yeah.
She was remarried. Wow, how is that, my love? How are you feeling? Wow, that is amazing. See, I told you different chapters. Sometimes people are in this chapter and they just think like there's no way out. And this woman, instead of, her husband was a little sick, if you don't mind me, I'm not going to go into names, but instead of like going downhill with him, she chose to do the work and do the work and do the work. And even though that chapter closed, she was able to manifest a new chapter. So don't think whatever you're going through right now, it might feel so heavy and dense and you just feel like there's no way out. Take all that pain and energy and put it inward. And all of a sudden you're doing the work, you're feeling good, and boom, one day you turn around and your soulmate's right there. And you're not looking for that person because you're desperate. You're happy. You just attracted somebody on your level. Same thing happened to me. You just attract somebody. I would like to get a frequency. Yep. Yes, my dear. So and Carla, we had a session, gosh, right when my son was born, 4 or 5 years ago. And I think I had a session with her husband at the time. And I could tell she was just pouring so much energy into this relationship. And she just finally was like, you know what? I'm going to pour into my own cup. But when you do that, the universe, God rewards you and life goes on. I know it's hard, but certain people are not meant to be in your life forever. They're meant to be there for a lesson, for a chapter, and you can move on to different levels of, like I said, there's different doors for everyone. And based on the work you put in, you can reach a different level of enlightenment. But it's the work you put in. Somebody who's going to be bitter and angry and had to play the victim game, and I guarantee she wouldn't be where she is right now. So this is a good example. And so if you feel like, oh my goodness, I just don't see anywhere out of this, just keep focusing that energy in.
Life will always throw you curveballs.
It will just work out the way it's supposed to work out. Just like when I wanted to, I was like, how am I gonna have clients? And then I don't think if that lockdown didn't happen, I might have not joined TikTok. I remember hearing about TikTok. My friend told me like join TikTok, and I was like, isn't that he would perk up. Wow, yeah. Well, you were a guardian angel. You guys came together. You loved, and some people are here. We grow with them. We learn and we move on. It doesn't mean that, and that those are the most, even if it comes to divorce, I truly believe that divorce can be amicable with certain people.
With the right people.
The right people. It doesn't have to be this crazy, angry, like I hate you type of it really doesn't. And I think it again goes back to both parties' energies.
No, it all comes down to like, sometimes, as I said, like every 3 to 5 years, there's a personality reset. People grow.
Okay,
it's very important to grow together.
There's a page on TikTok where girls send in their stories. She does her makeup and she reads the person's stories anonymously. Most of these girls, it is a Muslim community. So some of these stories that I love watching this page. So there was this one girl, she was forced into a marriage, okay, at 18 or 19 or 20, something like that. She didn't want to marry this person. She has a kid with him. He starts abusing her physically, emotionally, but for some reason she keeps having children. She goes on to have 3 or 4 other kids with him. Again, didn't question it, but I would have been like, 1 kid is enough. I would have gotten on birth. I would have done something. Like, if you're going to act like this, I'm not going to keep having your kids. That's mistake number 1. She then said that she was living with his parents. She was the second wife. He had divorced the first wife. He had kids with the first wife. She was taking care of his parents, which again, you didn't have to do. You chose to do that because you were trying to get appreciation and love. You thought that if you become a people pleaser and look at her, she's so wonderful. Wrong way to go about it. He gets sick. He gets the C word. She then takes care of him, this person who was so nasty to him. This girl has no boundaries. Then takes care of him. He passes on and doesn't leave her a single penny.
Whoa.
Doesn't leave her or her kids, which I think it was 3 or 4 kids. Again, mistake number 1. Why did you keep having kids with this person? And now she's like, I'm bitter. I have given him all my life. I'm overweight. I'm older. I can't start over. I'm so angry. Girl, did you keep giving and giving? Were you expecting love in return? You missed the whole life lesson, was to be like, I'm done with you. I don't care. You've never cared for me. If you're going to start respecting me, I would have just been like, but that starts with self-respect. You want me to take care of you? Okay, I want to make sure that me and my kids will be taken care of. You now have the C word. I will happily take care of you. Make sure that prenup says that there's something in there for me and my kids. That is setting boundaries. So this woman is now jobless, single mom. Her looks have faded, she said, and she's angry and bitter. But like, I watched these stories because it's like,
She's alive though. She can still bounce back.
She
It's
can
not
still,
like everything
but
is over.
She's like, she's blaming everything on this person and her parents. She's like, I went back to my parents. I wanted a divorce. They wouldn't accept me in. And it's all my parents. Had my parents just let me get a divorce. Girl, everything is victim blaming.
No, that's not the right approach.
She's in this victim, like as if people are all responsible. Yes, your parents were at fault. They forced you into a marriage. That was very wrong. But you could still get out of it. You could still had not had so many kids. You could have still gone on, had one kid, taken that kid and been like, we're living here. And unless I get the love and respect that I deserve, I'm not coming back. So a lesson is, don't try to keep giving, thinking you're going to expect love that way. Never, ever works. Fill your own cup, and the vibe, the energy that you put out is the energy that you will attract. If you're giving helpless, I just want to help, but I don't care about myself. I don't care what they do to me, what they say to me, how a person treats me, because I don't have any self-respect. People won't respect you. I think it's really, 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 really important that people just understand that. If you show up and fill your own cup, you will be a magnet. You will attract the right people. You don't have to go out looking. They will just come. That's what they were. It's fine. I was raised and conditioned a certain way. I was raised.
Oh, you have to unlearn, break those barriers.
Yeah, you have to unlearn it, baby.
You have to. It's up to you.
I had to unlearn a lot of stuff.
And there are generational cycles. And yes, it's true. Not everybody has it in them to go against the tide and be the odd one out.
I didn't care. I had zero care.
The other day, somebody said something.
You're this. You're that. Fine. You're not a good girl. Fine. You're bringing shame. No. I'm not doing anything. I am living my life to my authentic self. Conditioning, you still need to
some people in life are meant to stand out.
Yeah.
So you should just celebrate if that part exists in you, celebrate that. If it doesn't exist in you, you're a kid. Give your kid that environment where that kid stands out.
Let me tell you, I would get beatings. I would get whoopings. They thought like, okay, she's not going to listen. Let's try to whip her to listen. and I mean beatings. It's
No,
still
but that
didn't.
doesn't work.
It
Exhibit
does,
A.
yeah. It's still you can beat me all you want. You can beat me.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh.
It still didn't, beatings like rough bruises on my body. I wasn't gonna I knew who I was, what I wanted to do. I always you just have to love yourself enough. As much as somebody tried to break me down, there was no breaking me down. It's the cycles.
You should never let anybody ever
ever
make you feel a certain
ever.
way about yourself. Never give that power to anybody to have
And
their
I used
words
to, you know what I used to do?
affect them in a way where you start seeing yourself in that person's image of whatever they said or whatever they projected in your direction.
I used to look into the mirror and I'd see my bruises and I'd pretend like I was a karate fighter. I was like, look at how strong you are. I would talk in the mirror to myself. I was like, look at you taking that. You just take it so well. I would always hype myself up. This was like at a young age, 13, 14, 11, 12. I would always be like, you are so strong. Like you were in a kickboxing match and you just like won. I never ever let it break my spirit. Because that's how my, cycles. They grew up getting
Okay, she was not in an abusive household.
Yeah.
That's just the culture.
The culture
because she was doing weird stuff. It's not like you were just being
that if you didn't listen to your parents, you got a whooping, and that's what I think they did in the 50s.
No, but that's bad. I mean, it's just that what
The
the parents
boomers
were
used to
doing. They were basically doing what they were, what they thought, and then in their head they thought that this is how you discipline your child.
Bad. Listen,
It's not the way to parent, really.
That's what they thought. That's what they thought was the way to raise your kid. Yeah, exactly. 1950s. They just think like, oh, if your kid gets out of line, you whoop them a little bit. Michael Jackson, same thing. This was very normal back then.
But that's so
it's not
weird
okay.
if you think about it. But by the way, so many young people here. Do you guys also in your surroundings or you yourself are doing gentle parenting, and how is that working? Like, and is it because like you growing up saw, or maybe you were also subjected to the similar behavior where you were dealt like with physical discipline, let's just call it that, and you yourself somehow like subconsciously or subconsciously you said that, okay, I'm not going to continue this cycle. It ends with me and I will deal with my kids in a very different way.
I think there's a balance. You need stern, gentle parenting. There's sometimes kids, with the belt buckle. Yeah, belt buckle was like the way to go. It was the belt buckle or the the plastic house slipper. But or the kitchen spoon, the brown kitchen spatula, the wooden one.
But that's very bad, man. It's just
the wooden
ridiculous.
One. And that thing, you resent them. I was scared. Yeah, we would fear my parents. But now I just know like that's what they knew.
Yeah.
I'm not like angry.
It's very important to understand that this is what they knew. This is how they grew up.
That's what a healed brain. Like I was able to. There was a time where I resented. I'm like, what is this? I never hit my children, but they do. But they know to listen.
No, but Maureen, that's what you do. That's what you should do.
Yeah,
like this. I mean, what are you going to do? Resort to violence? Resort to hurting them, scarring them for life? She's saying that it doesn't matter, and this is what they were born with. But it does affect her. And then here's the thing: subconsciously, you resort to using the same tactics with your kids, to some degree, to some level, and that shouldn't be the case. It happens to some people because there is no manual for parenting. There is no there's no like a B, C for parenting. So you subconsciously you end up doing things that were done to you.
Screen, guys.
So it's very important to like keep yourself in check too.
Yeah.
That like, okay, fine. Am I crossing the line? Like yesterday, with my child, I just got. I mean, I never resort to physical. I just can't. I just can't imagine myself ever doing that. But it's just that, like, yeah, sometimes when they cross certain lines, or they're not just listening to you,
I've spanked him
then
once
you
on the butt
no, but that's very wrong.
because he was just not. It
No,
was
but that's
one
what I
time.
did. No, but here's the thing. How did you feel afterwards?
I felt bad and
Yeah,
I
there you go.
apologized.
Yeah. So I didn't do anything, but I just spoke to him in a very stern way. Like, I really wanted to get my point across. And I felt that kind of broke his spirit. He was like, I want him to have that confidence in him. I don't want to break his confidence.
Yeah, you don't want to break it.
But then I saw that like, okay, this I think I kind of like overdid it a little bit. So then I just like kept checking up on him, and then I felt really bad. Like, I felt mortified that, am I the reason for my kids? Like, am I breaking his spirit? Am I eroding his confidence? Am I causing some sort of a
Well, I think
subconscious
it's gonna-
blockage in
it
his
was
head?
a one-time thing. Love,
No,
you
but
shouldn't
no,
worry.
this is how
It's
it
not.
works. What are your core memories? This is what happens, man. This is when it starts.
Yeah,
you
my
have to be
core
very-
memories are not that great. It's like
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you I have core memories that are. I did gentle for a few years. My son basically asked me to stop.
See, but that's very good. See, and this is what I tell Juan. I always tell her, I was like, once they grow older, they will
Yes, a
understand
little
better,
bit
and
of-
they will
Yes,
respect
Sarah,
you.
I agree.
Like, if he grows up in a household where people resort to physical violence or shouting, or like,
okay,
he will do the same to you
other
one
day,
day.
Love, the other day we took him out. He had all those treats, and then he got fixated. He's like, I want the slushy. I want the slushy. Mind you, I was like, if you eat, we'll get you an ice cream. And then he's like, I want a chocolate too. I was like, we can get the chocolate for home. We were leaving the grocery store. He's like, I want to go get the slushy and I was like, no, you can't. You've had enough treats today. We're in the car and he just won't let it go. Slushy, slushy, slushy. Like, he's crying. So I was like, I held him and I'm like, no, it's over. And he cried and just fell asleep.
Yeah, no, but you actually scarred him, so don't do that.
Okay.
That's not right. No, don't roll your eyes. That's not what you do. You don't do that. You're breaking his spirit. You can't do that. You just really can't do that. That's not what it is. It will be one of his core memories. One day he will do the same to you. Look what Maureen said. She said something so beautiful. She said that, like, I just, because that's what it is. This is very right. We were telling her that, like, yeah, I tell them they are going to lose something and I keep to it. They know what my word. Yeah. So that's what it is. Like, this is what I tell my son. I was like, well, then I will not be your friend. I'm not going to be nice. Like, I will not be your friend. I mean, this is the, I mean, but
Yeah,
what I'm basically
I
trying to tell
agree
him
with
is that,
Sarah.
like, I
But
will
you
not
know
be
what,
happy.
Sarah? I'm the only one that disciplines him like that in this household because he lives with his grandparents, and they just like he can do no wrong. Okay, so I have to step in and do that because everybody's
No,
always saying
Sarah.
yes
So
to
if
him.
if he has to face bullies at school, he has to be a very confident child, and he has to be somebody who is very who knows that, like, no harm will ever come to him. So he will not allow other people to treat him the same way. That, like, if you quote unquote discipline him, then he will say that, oh yes, this is how violence works. So in face of violence, I should become a doormat so that I don't get to be, I don't get, nobody deals with me the same way. If he's not dealt like that at home, he will not let anybody deal with him like that outside.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up and say a prayer. Parenting is hard stuff. We should be taught cooking, gardening. Yeah. I feel like my nervous system has been stuck since my childhood, teenage life, due to my parents being unaware of the effects of their behavior. Your environment that you grew up in has a huge impact on your subconscious programming, and but you still you need to you might have some people build little homes for their as their body, but you need to be able to build a building. You just have a little bit tougher mountain to ride. But once you reach the top, you're at the top. You just have a little bit of a challenging pathway. But eventually, if you just don't give up, you get to the top. And that's first starts with you and making like, I need to get out of bed today. I'm going to go take a walk. I'm going to go to the gym, get a sauna, come home, make some food. I know it's hard. Get those minerals, Sadi. It will help you. It will really, really help you. And then from there, we're going to stack healthy habits, certain teas, certain foods, go to the gym. And then from there,
Sadia,
do
here's what
breath
happens.
work.
Like when you are in a mental and physical state like that, you need energy. You
Yeah.
need energy. You need these minerals. Like I was going through an episode like that, and I could tell like, okay, I
Well,
need
what is
something. I need
depression?
some
You're
help.
oppressed. You're going inward. You don't have the thoughts to process your own emotions. You don't have the. You just don't.
So when you get that, so I got ashwagandha. That's the best that I knew at that time. So if I knew that, you know, like magnesium glycinate, melatonin, these things help you sleep better at night. And then this Shilajit, like, you know, it helps you on a very deeper level. It helps replenish your body, and it gives you the energy to deal with, you know, a lot of problems like that you should be dealing with, and you can't because you just don't have that energy at a cellular level. This product ZOR, it gives you the energy at a cellular level. Postpartum mothers, like one of our users here, her husband has the C word, and she was just like, you know, so she would give him the our product and he would feel better. We have so many of our users who were taking care of people with the C word,
Yeah.
and they would give them our product and they will feel better. Why? Because it gave them energy on a cellular level. So when you have that kind of energy, then you're able to then get out of
Thank you,
bed,
the
do
10K.
little things, and you know, that will eventually lead to you being a more healthier, happier, whole person, not just for yourself, but even for the loved ones in your surroundings.
Why don't you show them some reviews, and then we're gonna get off, have some lunch.
Reviews, I think we've done enough, love. It's just I have to
Okay.
go through a whole drama now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions? And anybody taking it before I go, anybody on it, do you want to chime in your experience, share your experience, let us know. Any questions? I love hearing from you guys. Okay.
All right, guys. So here's the thing. The code will be live for in the next
Thank you, my
45
dear.
45 minutes, and you can use it to get 30% off on all the products on the website.
The crystals
it's
too, right?
crystals, the cream, and ZOR. So you can just use it. It will be live for the next 45 minutes, and we'll see you soon. Next time when you come on, I'll try to have the scalar frequency machine on, and then we can just work a way to remove the negative energy from you guys. Cool?
So, quick prayer. I ask God to help us become the best version of ourselves, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. Release everything from our life that is holding us back from our highest good, every thought, every emotion, every habit, every person, every food, and replace it with the highest form of self-love for myself, my family, and my community. Amen. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, Sarah, so much for sticking with us. Really appreciate it. It was
Thank
fun
you.
having you. And thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye. I'm so hungry. I'm
Yeah.
actually craving a burger.
Yeah, let's go.
Can I have a burger? I'm like craving a burger.
Let's go. You guys were scheduled to wait.
Wait, you're going to the dentist today?
Wait. Yeah, I have to.
Oh, so you're going to take Rayon to the dentist?